Hi! Welcome back to my channel. More importantly, welcome to my BL library. I am your BL librarian. Today, we'll be going through all the mail I received in June and check out all the BL manga, manhwa, manhwa, merch, and more. Before we dive in, it's worth noting that I'm not sponsored by anyone in this haul. These were all purchases made with my money. First up in the manga section, we have Stay By My Side After the Rain, Volume 1. From what I can tell without having read it, this is a friends to lovers title, which I am a big sucker for. The art does scare me a bit as it has an antiquated look to it that I'm not sure I'll enjoy, but I'm trying to be more open, so I'm going to give this an honest try. Should I do a first volume first impression on this one? Let me know and comment below. Next up is Super Morningstar, Volume 4. I don't have much to say on this one. I have all the previous volumes and they look uber cute. I'm looking forward to finally starting the series. Would you guys like a first volume first impression on this one? Let me know in comment below. Until then, I'll be adding this one to my backlog. Next up is Senpai This Can't Be Love Volume 1. I am really excited to read this one. I love coworker and office romances, and the art on the cover looks so precious. I'm not sure if he is or not, but the character on the front gives me soft tsundere vibes, which speaks to me. For all these reasons, this was one of my most anticipated releases for the month. I'm itching to start reading this, especially since the second volume has already been posted on Yen Press's website. I'll let you guys know what I think very soon. Next up is Marriage to Kitsune-sama, and this is a one-shot. I've been reading many titles lately with animal characteristics, and this is just another one on that pile. I'm pretty ambivalent about beastmen and animal characteristics, even though I've written my own, so I'm pretty iffy about this title. It looks like it has a charming art style, but I've read another title by this creator, and it was a huge disappointment story-wise, so I'm not really looking forward to this one, to be honest. I'll of course give this an honest try, but I'm concerned, to say the least. Next up is Acid Town Volume 6. We're still going strong with this series. I haven't started yet, but based on what I'm hearing, this doesn't appear to be ending anytime soon. Super long ongoing yaoi titles feel rare, so I'm pretty excited to give this one a go. I can only hope it's worth the wait. Next up is Mitsuka Volume 3. I've read this title in the past digitally, and it's a very interesting one. I'm still disappointed that the short story collection that inspired this spinoff hasn't been picked up for physical release in English, but I'm happy to see this one still being published. Fingers crossed that the short story collection gets picked up too. I need to review the short story collection so I can review these someday soon, I hope. Next up is Cover My Scars With Your Kiss Volume 2. I don't know why the art style for this one gives me Whales of the Bound meets 10 count vibes, but it just does. I believe this is the final volume of this short series, which means I can finally start it. Unless you guys want a first volume first impression, which I can do, just let me know in comment below. The two series this art reminds me of put my expectations pretty high, which has me nervous, but I'm excited to give it a go regardless. Wish me luck. Next up is Never Let Go Volume 2. I loved this series when I read it digitally and was excited to own the physical editions. However, I have to say that I hate this cover. Something about the coloring and the art style combined looks super creepy to me. It looks like a horror manga with exaggerated smiles or something like that. I think the size of the eyes combined with the dark shading and huge expressive smiles causes this, and I'm really disturbed by it. Thankfully, I'll only see the spine on my shelves, so I'm happy to own this one. Next up is Cherry Magic 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard Volume 11. I love this series, and this is just one more wonderful addition to my bookshelves. The art in this series isn't my favorite, but it's a very fun and fluffy series. I think we're getting close to the end now, so hopefully soon I can share all of my thoughts. Until then though, you can be sure I'll continue to be collecting them. Next up is Hitori Hime Boyfriend, and this is a one-shot. This one was a bit of an impulse. I've never read the series that spawned from this one-shot, Hitori Hime My Hero, mostly because I was a bit intimidated by the length of the series. However, I saw they're releasing box sets starting July 2024, which also come with bonuses, and as a BL goblin, the prospect of extras is too good to pass up. So I've pre-ordered the box set, and as of recording this, I have received it, yay. In preparation for the full series, I wanted to read where it all began, so I got this little guy. It has a very classic look to it, though not like the late 90s or early aughts BL titles, but more on the shoujo side of things from the same time period, which has me intrigued. Regardless, I'm excited to give this a go. And last, but certainly not least for the manga section, is Classmates Volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, this series terrifies me. Admittedly, I'm super picky about art styles, and this series is the antithesis of everything I like in art based on the covers. I have actively avoided this series since it came out, and I didn't think I'd ever give it a shot. But after all of my reviews, I found many titles where the art wasn't my preference, yet the story ended up making up for all of it. I'm trying to be more open and willing to try new things, but this has always been on my never list. Well, the time is now. I bought all 6 available available volumes, and I'm going to read them. I'm honestly not looking forward to it, but I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Wish me luck, I'm going to need it. First up for the Manhwa section is The Dangerous Convenience Store Volume 3. I adore this series. The main story is finally completed on Lezen, so I've read everything there while waiting for the physical editions to be steadily released. If anything, reading the digital edition has only made me much more excited to receive these physical editions. They're nice and heavy, as expected from full color prints, and I love the covers thus far. I'm so happy to have this in my collection. And last, but certainly not least of the Manhwa Haul is Love is an Illusion, Volume 6. I believe this is the last volume of the physical editions, and I'm so sad to see them end. I adore the cover for this one, which features all the characters and couples on it. I won't dwell too long on this one because I think I've expressed how much I adore the series a million times over at this point, but just know that I am beyond excited to now own the entire physical series. It's a treat to have them on my shelves. First up for the Manhwa section is Day Off Volume 1. This is the first manhwa I've seen in a hardback edition, and I love it. I have another Aloha Comics title that was super small and paperback. It was super flimsy, which isn't all that surprising since it's maybe 10 pages in size. With that said, I was pleasantly surprised when a hardback came in the mail. It's beautiful, and I'm excited to read it. If you've been hesitant to check out Aloha Comics, let me assure you that the quality of the book is really great. I can't speak to the content yet, but maybe I'll do a first volume first impression on it soon. Next up is Here You Are, Volume 1. Here is the second Aloha Comics title I got. It's another hardback, which is great. I've heard amazing things about this particular title, and I have read some of the early episodes on Webtoon. I'm pretty excited to read the full first volume. Once again, this is another really high quality book from Aloha Comics. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they put out. And last, but certainly not least of this section, is Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Volume 6. This was a healthy haul of manhwa, and what a great one to end on. These covers are stunning, and the gold detailing is such a nice touch. While these are pretty pricey, I think they're worth the price based on the quality of the volumes. I love them, and I'm so happy to add this to my collection. First up for the comic section is Wild Beast Forest House Volume 1. I started reading this on Webtoon, and while it was a bit of a tough read due to the quality of the edit, I'm determined to support as many indie creators as possible. I haven't checked out the edit on the physical print yet, but since it's Tokyopop, I expect greatness. I guess we'll see. Next up is Saint for Rent Volume 1 and 2. This was another quote, Twitter made me buy it title. Since I follow so many creators on Twitter, they often retweet other creators' releases and sales. These happened to be part of a sale before the creator closed out their store for the summer, and the art was too stunning for me to deny my impulses. I picked up these two, and they are of amazing quality. I'm always surprised by how nice these indie prints are, and this is no exception. I'm very excited to give this one a read. Next up is Appeal, the pilot, and Redux. This is part 2 of my quote Twitter made me buy it haul from that store sale. I'm very interested in the combination of a pilot and Redux of the same story or universe. It looks super cute, and I love that it's a love story with a single father. We need more dad content, and this one looks super cute. I can't wait to read them and then compare them. I'll keep you guys posted. First up for the novel section is The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter, Volume 2. My world also depends on this bean counter. I love both the manga and the novel series thus far, and I'm very happy to have this on my shelf. Yen Press is keeping me fed, that's for sure. Next up is Yes, No, or Maybe, Where Home Is, and this is the third entry. Surprisingly, I have so much to catch up on in this series. The first entry was out for years, and there was little to no movement on publishing the next entries. Now, with the publication of this third one, I've got 2 entries to read. I'm excited to see where the story goes. I'm also excited about the manga adaptation coming out, but we'll talk about that when the time comes. And last but certainly not least is Ballad of Sword and Wine, Volume 1. To close out my healthy novel haul, we have the first volume of a new Danmei series. I adore this cover. The wine element dripping across everything is absolutely stunning. This might be my favorite Danmei cover to date. I'll probably do a first volume first impression on this one, and I'm very excited about it. And now, probably for the best purchase I made this month, Our Sunny Days Acrylic Stands. I adore Jung Seok-chan. They are one of my favorite BL creators of all time, but I've never been able to find any physical merch or publications to further support them and express my love for their work. But with their new ongoing title, which is also their first full color title, out and gaining tons of attention and positive feedback, there's finally some form of physical merch. I'm still hoping for some physical books, but I'll take what I can get. I couldn't buy it fast enough, and I'm so happy I did. They've got a 3D element to them, which is fun, they interact with each other, and they come with photo cards, which I will be framing and hanging up. This is most definitely the best purchase I made for the month. I love it. With all that being said, this is everything I got in June. It was really fun sharing what I got with you guys. If you'd like to see more for the rest of the year, let me know and comment below. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye!